Good morning, all you lovely people, coming to you live from Kandy in Sri Lanka. By now, you would have gotten used to my backdrop and know exactly where I am. Still in the hill station of Kandy. Unfortunate about what happened yesterday, the game getting washed out, even though it was just a steady drizzle that we saw in Palakkale, unlike the heavy rain that we are witnessing here in Kandy. So Kandy has continued to have heavy rain the last few days. Yesterday at Palakkale, it was drizzle, but a steady drizzle. I mean, it was the kind of rain where you could even stand without the umbrella, as a lot of crowds were. Yet the umpires thought that maybe it wasn't prudent to have players come and play in that situation, lest there is another injury or something like that. So it was a washout, unfortunate. Anyway, this particular video is big news. So I thought I'll share with you, because since morning there's been a lot of chatter about the Indian team for the World Cup and whether the Indian team for the World Cup has been decided or not, and this is the team today, the announcement will happen and so on and so forth. So this particular video, I'm going to clear all your confusion. Siddharth Das says good morning to you as well, Siddharth. So this particular video, I'm going to clear all your confusion and give you 100% authentic information in terms of where is the Indian team management right now and what they are thinking about the squad. So first things first, there was a meeting between the Indian team management, that is Rahul Dravid, Rohit Sharma, BCCI Secretary Jay Shah, as well as the Chairman of Selectors Ajit Agarkar, who is also here in Kandy. So there was a meeting that happened with regards to Crickmania. Good morning to you as well. With regards to KK, good morning to you as well. Yes, I will look after my throat, been talking a lot. So the meeting did happen, and the management is pretty much zeroed in on the 15 that they will be picking for the World Cup. Okay, what is going to be that 15? That 15 is going to be exactly the same team that you see in the Asia Cup, but at the Asia Cup you've got 18 members that were selected, 17 are here, 18th being KL Rahul. So take that 18 and subtract 3 players out of it. Those 3 players are Sanju Samson, Prasidh Krishna and Tilak Verma. Take these 3 names out. The remaining 15 is the squad for the World Cup, is what the Indian team management has pretty much zeroed in. But I don't think there is anything sensational in that. You and I were asked to pick the squad, or were asked what is the squad that the team management would pick, all of us would have given you these 15 names as well. So this is pretty much on the expected lines. However, and there's a big but before that, this is not the final squad. I'll tell you why. Because the team management, especially the selectors, want to wait on a few players. Okay, I'm going to name those players. I'll tell you what the concerns are, what they will be doing the next 2 days, and why is it that the team, this is confirmed now, team will not be announced today, it will be announced on the 5th. 5th is the last day that the ICC has given for the team announcement. So the team announcement will only happen on the 5th. That is something that I can confirm. Now, which are these 3 players that the team is going to be looking at? 2 of them not so much, but one even more so. That one player that they're going to be keeping a close eye on, his name is KL Rahul. While the team does want to pick him, but they will now pick him basis on one match that he will play, which is going to be a match simulation, not a official match, but a match simulation that would be done in the NCA in Bengaluru. So all the players available in the NCA, they'll make 2 teams and play a practice match of sorts at the ground at the National Cricket Academy. And in that match, the team management wants to see KL Rahul keep the wickets for a full duration of 50 overs. That's going to be very important. They want to know how he fares while wicket keeping for 50 overs. He's played another match before, and the report that is coming out, very authentic reports that are coming out of the NCA, is that he's looking absolutely fine, and this is after the niggle I'm talking about. He's looking absolutely fine when it comes to batting. So after his long-term injury, he recovered, got a niggle. After the niggle, he's played, and with that, after making that return after the niggle, he has batted a lot in the net. So they are confident about his batting fitness for now, which is why I said when that meeting happened last night, they pretty much zeroed in on the squad. However, and that big but is that they want to see him keep wickets for a full duration of 50 overs. That is going to be happening tomorrow on the 4th, while the Indian team will be playing a game in Palakele, there will also be a game happening at the NCA where all eyes will be on KL Rahul. They want to see that can he keep wickets for 50 overs. If they get a positive report, then the day after that, 4th will be his match there. 4th will be the match here versus Nepal in Palakele. 5th is when the announcement of the team will happen. Also, I have reliably learned that it's very much possible that the Indian team will also have a press conference. Just as they had a press conference after the team was selected for Asia Cup, in all likelihood, you will have a press conference by the chairman of selectors and the Indian captain. That will take place in Sri Lanka on the 5th. I don't know whether it will happen in Kandy or in Colombo. Most likely it could be in Kandy, and there will be a press conference, and you will get to hear from the captain and the chairman of selectors their thought process of why certain player has been picked, why certain player was not picked. So 5th is when the team is going to be announced. KL Rahul, they want to take him for the World Cup, they want to pick him for the 15, but still not 100% sure of his wicket keeping. That we'll get to know tomorrow. Now 2 other players, we keep talking about KL Rahul, but the selectors, the team management are also sweating over 2 other players, and that's why they want to announce the team on the 5th, not today. That is because they want to see Jasprit Bumrah also bowl 10 overs. Yes, Jasprit Bumrah has done everything that was asked of him in terms of practice in the nets, in terms of that series that he played in Ireland, bowled without any discomfort. So all of that is great. Having said that, and I can tell you the team management wants to see him bowl 10 overs. Right, there is always some sort of doubt when you haven't seen somebody bowl 10 overs. That's not to say that they're not confident he can, but you still want to see it. Why? Because what I've learned is that, why is it such an issue? Because all these 3 players are coming after a long-term injury, and when you come back from a long-term injury, it's pretty common for some sort of discomfort to reappear after some time. It is pretty common, and a lot of when I talk about team management, I'm talking about chairman of selectors, captain, as well as coach. All of them have played a lot of cricket, so they know what happens in long-term injuries. Sometimes it's very tough, the first few matches that you play, and when you're pushed to the extreme, that's when you get to know full fitness. That's why they want to see even a Jasprit Bumrah bowl 10 overs, and even though the game against Nepal, you're not really worried about the result, but the team management is waiting for that opportunity to see Bumrah bowl 10 overs, and hopefully if the rain stays away, you will get to see that in the game versus Nepal. So that's why also the announcement will be on the 5th. The other player is Shreyas Iyer. Shreyas Iyer has also, like Jasprit Bumrah, passed every test that you had asked him to. He's done that. He was batting in the nets in the NCA. I saw him bat here as well. I know that Pakistan game, no discomfort at all. Very long batting sessions he had. All boxes checked. So it seems all right. Yesterday played the game as well. But again, you did not get to see him bat for very long in the middle. Had a very short stay. And that is again something that the team would be disappointed with, because they would have wanted to see him bat for long and actually gauge his full fitness. That wasn't to be. Maybe they'll get a chance against the Nepal game. That is why they want to wait to the 5th for the team to be announced. And why is it that, when I'm saying they're passing all the tests, they're doing match simulations also very well, why is it that you want to wait for that game? That's because I'll give you an example from yesterday's game only. You had a scenario where Ishan Kishan, who's not even coming off an injury right now, he's been completely fit, playing non-stop cricket. Even someone like an Ishan Kishan pulled up yesterday. He started to have cramps. You saw he could not run really well. And what did that result into? That resulted into a tired shot that he played and got out. I mean, not taking credit away from him. He was outstanding, very instrumental in ensuring that India get to a score of 266. So great knock by him. But all I'm saying is, see the fitness, how it comes into play. Had he not been cramping up, he would have probably carried on to get to 100. What happened? After he got out, there was a mini collapse, and India then fell to 266, because at one point it was looking like they'll go past 300. So it all boiled down to that fitness, those cramps that he started getting, and this is a completely fit player that I'm talking about. Which is why players that are coming back from injury, you want to see them play in the middle, in the center, with the pressure, with you perspiring, with a lot of sweat coming out. All of that has to be seen. And you could argue that why did the Indian team have to be in a precarious situation like this, where you're just looking at one little match simulation in Bangalore, one game against Nepal to gauge. But that is what it is. This is something that you saw, but you yet walked into that trouble. So this is something that could have been dealt with earlier, wasn't dealt with, so now you find yourself in this position. Anyway, what's gone is gone. That's water under the bridge. You have to see what can be done, and I think that is why the Indian team management is taking a lot of precautions. Now, I know people will say that that's the 15. If that's the 15 that is decided, why not just announce it? I'll tell you why. What happens in that match simulation? KL Rahul pulls up. He has an issue again, some pain coming up. Can't keep for 50 overs. Then his name is not going to be there on the 5th when it's announced. So it'll be interesting. You don't wish bad for anyone. You would want everyone to have a good recover as fast as possible, be available. But I'm saying there is still a scenario where you could have a niggle last moment before the 5th. That is why the team management wants to wait for the 5th, because then you'll end up looking rather stupid that you picked it on the 3rd and then you had another game on the 4th in Bangalore, one in Nepal, and then some issues coming up. Then you quickly scamper around and change the team for the 5th, because 5th is the deadline. So the Indian team management wouldn't want to do that. That's why they want to wait till the 5th to announce, lest there is another issue with any of those 3 players that I just mentioned. So Gareb is saying KL Rahul only picked up the bat, did not wicket keep. Yes, that's what I'm saying, but he will be wicket keeping tomorrow. That is why it becomes a very important game. That is when it will be decided. And for all of you who are asking me, what about this? Why is that player not there? Why is the other player not there? 2-3 things I want to tell you. One, once the team is announced on the 5th, the chairman of selectors and the captain are most likely, we've not got a confirmation, but what I'm hearing is most likely we'll have a press conference here in Kandy. So I'll ask all those questions that you're telling us. Of course, there'll be a lot of people from the press. Those questions will get asked. Secondly, 5th is the deadline. That's why they want to wait till the 5th, last moment, to see the fitness. That's why they'll decide that squad. But nothing is really sealed even till the 5th. Now 5th is a protocol. ICC tells you that by 5th, send your teams. Most countries have already sent it, but they are not in this kind of a situation. They were pretty focused on the team that they will take to the World Cup. Not too many injury issues. If there are injuries, then there are long-term injuries. They've let them go and then decided their 15 already announced. India is waiting for the last moment. That's the situation that they find themselves in. But even after the 5th, once you've picked your 15th and send your list of 15 players on the 5th, you can still make as many changes as you want to your squad till the 27th. That is the last day of the India-Australia ODI series. Remember, India and Australia are playing 3 ODIs in India. So the 3rd ODI, after the 3rd ODI is the deadline by the ICC for final announcement. So what any country can do is the 15th, provisional 15 that you will submit on the 5th, you can make any amount of changes. You can even change the full 15 without any issue. Usually what happens once the squad is locked, finalized, if you want to make any changes, then those changes can only be on the basis of injury. You have to send a letter to the ICC. ICC approves and only then you can make changes. But that window closes on the 27th of September. 5th, you give a provisional squad. Till 27th, make as many changes as you want. Just inform the ICC, no question asked. You can in fact change the full 15 also if you want. That never happens, but I'm just telling you. And most teams don't change their 15 that they've picked now till 27, barring 1 or 2 issues because of injury. But I'm just saying, technically, any team can make as many changes till 27th. 27th, the squads are locked. Then that 15 have to play the World Cup. Then replacements are allowed only if a player is injured, and by writing a formal application, that application then is approved by the ICC and then changes are allowed. So that's the update on the Indian team squad at the moment. 5th is the date. Once all of that or the team is announced, I'll be coming live, bringing you all the latest updates from Sri Lanka, because this is where the team will be picked. I thought I'll take a few questions. Siddharth is saying situation looks like that KL comes in and Sanju, Tilak and Prasidh goes out, but that I confirmed right at the start. That is pretty much the 15 that the team management wants to go with, provided all of them play their last games well versus Nepal, and for KL Rahul the match simulation. So it's the same 18 that have been picked for the Asia Cup. For the 15, just take out 3 players: Sanju Samson, Tilak Verma and Prasidh Krishna. Just take them out, the remaining 15. That's the 15 that will be picked. But it's going to be very important. Sahil have answered the question for Sanju Samson. He will not be picked in the 15 if KL Rahul ends up keeping the full 50 overs in that match simulation in Bengaluru. That will happen tomorrow. So if he is fine, all reports are fine from the NCA, then he'll be announced in the squad on the 5th. If not, then Sanju Samson could be looked at. Then he could be the guy that then replaces KL Rahul in the squad. So he'll wait. Then again, also remember, I've just told you that you can make any amount of changes till 27th. Huh? You never know, with a lot of injuries. You have 3 games against Australia, a few more matches in the Asia Cup. Any injury, then you can replace as many players as you want till the 27th. So no player who will not be picked is 100% out, though chances are that they will not make it, provided everyone is fit and playing. But in case any injury or any issue, then somebody comes out. Sahil is saying any chance of UZ? No chance, not in the 15 that the team has decided. Akash is also asking, no chance, unless, as I said, once again, there's an injury to one of your spinners. Only then will you look at him, not otherwise. Alright then, thank you folks for tuning in. Before I wrap up, the usual that I always say, and you guys obliged, so thank you for that. Subscribe to Sports Today if you haven't already. Lots of updates going to be coming here from Sri Lanka. Press the bell icon, then you'll know that as soon as we have a breaking news like I'm giving right now on the channel, you can check that out. So I'm going to take your leave. Nikhil Naz signing off from Kandy. Bye bye guys, have a good weekend.